Hey, how's it going? It's Craig. I'm not in the garage tonight, I'm out in the car and I'm going to pick up something pretty cool that I found on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so I've arrived in Newport. I don't know the area very well, but I found the address and not far from the Newport Transporter Bridge, so I know where that is. Yeah, let's go and see what this guy's got available. And yeah, 60 quid if we can get those consoles. Even if I can get one or two of them working, we should get our money back. The rest of them are just a bonus then. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so I'm back in the car. I picked up a bag full of things, which is really cool. Everything from original Nintendo right the way through to a GameCube, an Xbox One, all for 60 quid. A couple of cables are missing and things like that. All of it's not in the best condition, but I'm gonna have a look at it back in the house. Let's take a look. Okay, so I'm back in the garage. 45-minute out there, 45-minute back, and I was with the guy for about, I don't know, 5 minutes having a chat with him and everything. Seems a pretty reasonable guy. His Facebook profile, him and his kids and everything else. He had a load of consoles that he was getting rid of, and this pile of things that he wanted to get rid of, he said was faulty, untested. So the main one that I'm interested in for fixing and probably shifting on is the Xbox One. We'll see how we can do on that. But I'll go through the consoles in order and what else is in the bag, because there's quite a few bits and pieces that I'm quite interested in from a retro point of view as well. I'm not going to try and fix them in this video. They'll be for future videos, but there's loads, absolutely loads. 60 quid. I'm really chuffed, and yeah, let's see where we can go. Let's have a look through the bag. Okay, so let's have a look at these in date order from when they were released. First up, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Bit gross, bit grubby. I don't know what's been stuck all over this. Not the best of conditions. Power works, reset buttons working, so they're not stuck in any way. It's got the flap intact. Mechanism's working. It's positive. Top is disgusting, but it's not yellowed massively. It's got a bit of felt pen or something on it there. It looks like it's been chipped down here as well, so it's been opened by the look of it, and down this corner. Underneath, missing a fin from there. This has been coloured in as well. Right, we're missing, you're not going to see this on things, it's too dark, but it's missing a screw in. No, it's got the screw there. Let's try and get the light in there. Yeah, go screw in that one, screw in that one. Yeah, so we're missing one screw out of all of the screws that hold the case together, so it may have been opened. I'm guessing it has, because this is snapped and there's other bits of the case which are a bit of a mess. That one and that. Again, I'm not going to test it tonight. It's a nice bit of kit to test and clean up. Maybe just do a bit of a crazy project with it. It's looking pretty grubby, and yeah, the case has definitely been opened before. That power supply connector looks corroded to hell, and that looks like it's been coloured in. I'm going to take it apart before I put any power to any of these, just to check what's inside, check what the condition's like. So, console number 1, Nintendo Entertainment System. Not too bad so far, not great but not bad. Console number 2, Super Nintendo. Again, grubby, power button, they feel pretty solid. Yeah, looks not bad condition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 screws in there, so it's all good. Not too bad on the module and connectors and everything for the power. This one looks in better condition than that NES. Very grubby again, but not yellowed. So that one could do with a clean, tidy up, test it out, see how it goes. But again, let's have a look in the future how that works. But yeah, that one's not too bad. That's a promising one. I'm guessing Xbox is next. Xbox OG, solid heavyweight bit of kit. These the legs seem to be in position, so this doesn't look like it's been opened. All the 4 ports are there, which is good because a lot of people modded these back in the day and took the ports out, swapped them for USB and other bits and pieces of that, and USB and LED lights and everything in these. Power seems okay. It's got the original thing inside. A couple of scratches and very dusty, but again, not bad condition. Pretty hopeful that that'll work. Let's give that one a go in a couple of days' time as well. Next up, GameCube. This one is battered, so it's in a bit of a poor condition, missing the logo off the top. This thing falls out as well. Power's good, reset button's good, and tray opens quite nicely. Ports and everything look pretty clean. Again, it's scratched up, but everything's there. It's very scratched, but complete so far. Again, dirty, but again, that one we can test, see how it works. Maybe even do a bit of a project mod on this, because it's I've got GameCube in the one of the storage boxes that I keep here, but it'd be nice to see what we could do with that. Maybe give it a spray or something else. Got some nice Legend of Zelda stickers on the front as well. Not too bad. Okay, another one that's promising. Next up, Sony PlayStation. Again, this one looks pretty clean. Power's working. Reset, yeah, all the buttons look pretty nice. The screws are all intact, and it's cleaner than all the other consoles. So yeah, connectors are there. Yeah, that one's quite promising. We'll see where that one goes and see if we can set it up. Okay, next, PlayStation 2 Slimline. We've got one set up here already, a pink PS2 Slimline, and yeah, nice little consoles these. They're, again, dirty and grubby, but actually in pretty good condition. It looks like all the screws are intact, hasn't been tampered with as yet, so it looks pretty solid. And yeah, tray opens, looks pretty clean in there as well. So again, not a bad one. No power supply with that, so we'll have to find a 6.5 volts DC for that, but we can have a look at that. I've already got one here which I can test it with, but yeah, not too bad so far. Next up, Xbox 360. So this is the original white Xbox 360. Again, these ones are a little bit more tricky to see whether it's been messed with, but it looks in pretty good condition. Hard drives on the top as well, and all the casing and front on the top, on the front of it. It's in nice condition actually. These are, as you can see, it's a white console, so it's not too grubby compared to some of the other bits and pieces. It's not scratched up too badly either. I've got a couple of Xbox 360 power supplies and things here which we can test with. If the one that came with it doesn't work, but so far not too bad. And the piece de la resistance, and Xbox One. So again, this is probably the worst out of all of them from scratches and things, which ironically seems it's the newest, but not sure whether that is still intact. That looks like it's been opened. Not sure on that. Flip it over. The legs are all kind of intact, which is good. May not have been messed with too much. His comment on this was it works, but it switches off when the game starts to load. So you copy the game in, and then as soon as you try and load it, it's switching off. So again, I've not had an Xbox One before, but we'll give this one a go. I'm quite interested to see if this one works. It's not retro, so it's quite out of my league, although I've done those PlayStation 4s before and they were quite fun to do. So this is a future project in the making. Let's have a look at that one in a few days as well. In addition to all that, he's given me a pretty beaten up Mario Duck Hunt. Never a bad thing to have an extra NES game on the shelf, but we've got this many times over in the years, but it can always be used for another project because these are quite handy to have anyway. But yeah, we could always test it, stick it with that console if it works, and see if we can flog it with that. I've got the Xbox One power supply still with the stickers on it, so that's pretty good. I've got the PlayStation AV cable, Xbox 360 AV cable, Xbox 360 power supply, kettle lead to go with the power supply, another Microsoft AV cable, but this is the, I can't remember what they used to call these, the Pro or HD ones. Last but not least is a standard kettle lead, which must be for one of the other consoles. I can't remember which one that would be off, but always good to have a spare kettle lead around. Okay, so plenty of projects to do over the next couple of weeks. I'm not going to try anything now because it's a bit late, and I want to dedicate a night to each one of those consoles to see if they're working, or get them up to speed. Yeah, pretty impressed with that. So £60. I'm looking to get my money back on that Xbox One. If I can get that up and running, I'll probably sell that on or move it on in some way. There's no control pad with it, but it's got the power supply. So fingers crossed that power supply and AV cable, whether I can pick up a cheap pad and test it out, or whether I can get it up and running and sell it on as it is. But we'll see. The rest of the consoles I'm pretty interested in. The NES is in a bit of a mess. The NES, sorry. Yeah, the NES is in a bit of a mess. The SNES and the PlayStation and the other bits and pieces all in pretty decent condition. So yeah, pretty chuffed with those. So keep posted. Obviously, subscribe to my channel. Keep an eye on what we're going to be doing with these over the next couple of weeks. Comment down below which one you think I should work on first, or anything you want to see on each of them. And yeah, give this video a like. Show some support.